Do we have any progress at all? What is the solution that the UK has put forward?
Well, the UK has not put forward any solution that we can see, and that lies at the heart of the problem. As we know, earlier this month, the EU published what was called its backstop option, where it laid out in great detail how Northern Ireland could effectively be kept in the customs union and single market if there was no other deal. Now, what the general expectation was would be that in response, the UK would put forward some kind of counter-proposal. Instead, all that happened was that Theresa May said this draft withdrawal agreement was completely unacceptable. But there is some concern that she has yet to put forward any concrete alternatives, and that's the worry in the summit next week.
OK, so how's Dublin viewing this?
So, I mean, Dublin is viewing this with a certain amount of concern. As we know, next week the EU leaders will meet up to talk about transition terms. There is no explicit link between making progress on the Irish border issue and agreeing transition terms, but it is a point of leverage. I mean, what Dublin wants Theresa May to do is to put forward something that they can, call progress, whether that be an alternative to the backstop proposal, whether that be, details on what her bespoke solutions might be. But what they haven't seen are any concrete proposals from Theresa May. So they are concerned in the run-up to this summit next week that there is some progress on the part of the UK.
Dara, I must admit that select members of the Keene family will darken the door of Neary's tomorrow, 57th Street, East 57th Street in New York. It'll be a select invitation as Mr. Neary celebrates another St. Patrick's Day. The president celebrated one with Speaker Ryan over the last few days. What does Ireland want from President Trump?
It's a very good question. I think that we had some indications yesterday. I mean, Ireland would be extremely vulnerable to a trade war. We've already seen the Taoiseach Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, expresses concern that Irish whiskey, for example, could be caught up in an international trade war. So I think Ireland is keen that it would that would be avoided. In addition, I think what was interesting yesterday is that President Trump indicated his willingness to visit Ireland. Also, he indicated his potential willingness to visit the border region, because I think what Ireland would like would be the US's support in this drive to avoid a hard border. But Tom, we might get a chance to ask the Taoiseach ourselves later on today. As you may or may not know, he's coming into the New York headquarters of Bloomberg later this evening, and he will do a live interview. So we'll have a chance to ask him himself. But basically, we want trade kept as it is, and we want some support on the border issue.